Modern masculinity is in crisis. Across social media platforms, a disturbing trend has taken hold: the glorification of so-called alpha male ideology. This toxic brand of masculinity, peddled by influencers like Andrew Tate and countless red pill accounts, promises young men power, wealth, and sexual conquest through dominance and emotional suppression. But beneath the surface, this movement is leaving a trail of broken men, failed relationships, and in extreme cases, tragic losses of life. At its core, alpha male culture preys on male vulnerability. Today's young men are arguably more lost than any previous generation. You know, all of those traditional markers of masculinity, being a provider, protector, or leader, have eroded without clear replacements. Economic instability, dating app culture, and shifting social norms have created a perfect storm of male anxiety. Into this void step the alpha grifters, offering simplistic solutions to complex problems. Their pitch is seductive in its simplicity. I quote, "Your struggles aren't your fault. Blame feminism, blame weak men, blame the system. Follow my rules, get rich, dominate women, never show weakness, and you'll become a high-value man." It's a compelling narrative for those feeling left behind, providing both an explanation for their pain and a seemingly clear path forward. The results are devastating. Men who buy into this ideology often find themselves angrier, more isolated, and paradoxically less successful in forming genuine connections. The promised rewards of alpha status, respect, wealth, female attention, remain elusive for most, leaving them trapped in a cycle of resentment and self-loathing. Perhaps most disturbingly, this toxic mindset has real-world consequences. Men account for 75% of suicides, a statistic that speaks volumes about the cost of emotional repression. The man-up culture at the heart of alpha ideology teaches men that vulnerability equals weakness, creating generations of men who would rather die than ask for help. What makes this phenomenon particularly insidious is how it's reinforced by broader societal patterns. While women often criticize toxic masculinity, many unconsciously reward its traits in dating and relationships. Studies show women are initially more attracted to dominant, confident men, even when they claim to prioritize kindness. The bad boy remains a cultural archetype for a reason. This isn't to blame women. Attraction is complex and often operates beneath conscious awareness. But it does highlight a painful hypocrisy. We claim to want emotionally available men, yet frequently punish them when they show vulnerability. The man who cries in front of his partner often finds himself less attractive in her eyes, regardless of what she says about valuing emotional openness. The persistence of toxic masculinity is insidiously reinforced by societal contradictions, particularly in how women unconsciously reward the very behaviors they criticize. While modern discourse champions emotional availability in men, real-world attraction often favors traditionally alpha traits like dominance and assertiveness, creating a frustrating hypocrisy where men who show vulnerability are frequently deemed less attractive, despite women claiming to value openness. Dating data reveals women disproportionately choose confident, even cocky men over nice guys, while social dynamics punish male emotional expression as needy, yet celebrate the same in women as honest. This double standard extends to expectations of male protectiveness, praised when desired but condemned as controlling when inconvenient, and financial provision, downplayed in theory but still expected in practice. Even in online spaces, women who publicly denounce alpha male influencers often privately engage with their content, further fueling the cycle. These unconscious reinforcements of toxic masculinity create impossible standards for men, expected to be both strong protectors and emotionally vulnerable, desired for their dominance but shamed for its excesses. ultimately perpetuating the very behaviors society claims to reject, while leaving men resentful and confused about their worth. Until we align our stated values with our genuine attractions and behaviors, this destructive cycle will continue, proving that toxic masculinity isn't just a male problem, but a societal one we all unconsciously uphold. The solution requires honesty and effort from all sides. We must redefine strength to include emotional mastery rather than suppression. Women need to examine how their dating choices might reinforce toxic patterns, and men must build genuine brotherhoods where vulnerability is strength, not shame. True masculinity isn't about domination or emotional detachment. It's about the courage to be fully human, strong yet kind, disciplined yet compassionate. The alpha male grift offers a fantasy, but the reality is far more powerful. Men who are secure enough to feel, to connect, and to grow. The path forward won't be easy. Alpha culture taps into deep-seated fears and insecurities, and its proponents have built lucrative empires selling simplistic solutions. But the alternative, generations of angry, isolated men trapped in cycles of resentment, is too terrible to accept. The time has come to build a healthier vision of masculinity, one that serves men rather than exploits them.